I spent the last 2 months perfecting my nighttime routine, optimizing it for the best sleep possible. At the end, I'll share the 3 tips that help me improve my sleep the most, so stick around for that at the end. The routine starts at 8 pm, when I typically get home from school or training. Depends on the week. Immediately when I get home, I grab 3 eggs, put them in a bowl, and put them on the stove to cook. For me, this is the most simple and nutritious lunch, and it's really easy and low effort to make. I set on a timer for 15 minutes and go to wash my face. All of that shouldn't take too long, so I go and hang out with my family for about 10 minutes. When the timer for the eggs rings, I pull the eggs off the stove, put them in some cold water, and then eat them along with some fresh cheese or vegetables. Depends on what's in the fridge for the day. Now, you might not want to eat eggs every day, but at the end you'll see why eating eggs is a great option. That should take about 15 minutes to eat and clean up. And speaking of cleaning, I usually do some cleaning at about 8:30 pm. It's kind of a physical activity, and it's something you must do if you want to live in a clean and healthy environment. Studies show that if you're in a cluttered and messy environment, you're more likely to consume more excess calories and do more of your bad habits. So cleaning your home is actually very important for your health and well-being. This doesn't take more than half an hour a day. Then at 9 pm I hop in the shower. Once you get out of the shower and dry off, you pull out your phone and subscribe to Reno for more videos like this. Once you do that very important task, I usually like to do some reading. Lately I've been reading some books on financial education, and I usually read for half an hour before sleep. Reading really makes you sleepy, and along with that, you best remember information right before you sleep. So I read from about 9:30 to 10 pm, where I do the final preparations and go to sleep. If you go to sleep at 10 pm, which might be pretty early for you, you can wake up at 6:30 the next day and be ready for school, work, or whatever you want to do. And you'll get 8 hours of sleep or more. Now, this routine is great by itself, but the 3 tips I'm about to tell you will make it even more powerful and even that much closer to perfect. Tip number 1 might be obvious, but might not be obvious to some, and it's to get rid of all the screens because they emit blue light. Think about it. The only blue light in nature, you could say, is the sky. And when nighttime comes, the sky is not blue anymore, but it becomes black. So when your eyes see blue light after they're supposed to, you wake up a bit, which is not good for your sleep. I'm sure there's a better explanation than bro science, but that's how I view it, and it's the most simple way to explain it. Tip number 2 is to eat as soon as possible. Of course, I already mentioned I eat at 8:15, which is an hour and 45 before I sleep, but honestly you should be pushing 2 or 3 hours before sleep. Unfortunately, I can't do that because of school, so if you're free at 7 or 8 pm and you can eat before this, definitely do that, and make sure to wash it down with 1 glass of water. Not too much, but when you drink some water you help to digest it faster, so your body doesn't have to digest it while you're trying to sleep. And the tip number 3, which might sound hilarious, but you have to change your identity to a professional sleeper. I actually got this from Brian Johnson, also known as the Living Vampire, and he's obsessed with sleep. So what he did is make a new identity for himself as a professional sleeper. And what this means is Sleep is like showing up for a job. If you don't go to sleep at 10 p.m., you'll get fired, or in more simple terms, your life will get worse. So just picture this. If you treat sleep like your job, or like you treat school, how much better will it be? Well, if you're late to school, well, you never want to be late for school or especially your job. So make it a rule for yourself to do the same thing for sleep, because sleep dramatically improves or worsens your life quality depending on how you treat it. This nighttime routine will ensure 8 or more hours of sleep, and it's pretty reasonable if you ask me. So if you like this routine, I bet you'll like this morning routine which I made just for you.